The opinions expressed in this show are the views of the host and not necessarily that of WTRW, 94.3 The Talker, or the Bold Gold Media Group.
The following presentation is paid for by Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate, who is solely responsible for its content. Portions transcribed.
All Century 21 real estate offices are independently owned and operated.
Good morning and welcome to the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ruddy Real Estate on 94.3 The Talker. I'm here with my husband, fellow realtor, Pat Devaney. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Terrific.
Great.
Yes, we are with Nicole Clark, our 2025 superstar at Century 21 Jack Ruddy. How are you?
I'm doing very well. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for coming back. You were here last week. We're happy to have you back this week.
Well, I'm happy to be here. Fun time.
Good. We're here every Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. We discuss real estate. We have numerous real estate topics. We have an extraordinary real estate office with many realtors that have been guiding, assisting, and advising clients in real estate matters for over 50 years.
Wow. 50 years.
50
That's a long time.
years.
Right.
That's part of my sales pitch when I go out.
Right.
52 years.
Wow. So
Nice.
during the week, if you have any questions, you can email it to us at questions@jruddy.com. That's questions@jruddy.com. Or give us a call at 570-344-6724. You like that? You can't tell them from New York when I say that. That's
you
pretty
can't,
good, right?
yeah.
And
You lost your
click on
accent.
when you go to jruddy.com, click on the webcam tab to get a live view of Dunmore Corners. You never know what you're going to see. Thousands of hits a month.
Who do you know that would be the perfect guest for the Real Estate Roundtable? I'm putting that out there for our listeners. Have them give us a call or send us an email. We'd love to talk to them about what they know best in this world.
Right. An educated consumer is our best customer, said Cy Sims used to say that. So that's what we like to do. We like to educate our audience. That's what we're here for.
Look us up on social media. Check out our listings and search the MLS listings by going to jruddy.com, where we also have all the popular podcast apps that we feature this radio show on, and we have all the archive radio shows. So whatever your pleasure, right?
Did you say podcast?
Lots of podcasts.
Lots of podcasts.
I think I'm going to do one, Jack.
Yeah, well, why not? Everybody else is.
Everybody's doing it, man.
Last week we were talking about AI, right?
Yes.
So if you chat GPT what you could do to set yourself apart, I think one of the things that it says is to start and do your own podcast. So we have all these different podcasts that are popping up in the real estate world, and they're all called, I mean, it's amazing, real estate.
Yeah. So I'm going to do real estate.
No, I'm going to
Oh,
do.
I'm going to be original.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Totally.
do really real
For real.
estate.
Right.
For real estate.
Oh, for real. I
For
love
real
it.
estate.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, it's already gone. Somebody took it from me.
All right. All right. So we have some competition. Hey, that's how you grow. That's how you become better, right? So
Imitation is the best form of flattery, right?
Right.
Okay.
Jacky's like the original gangster of the podcast. She's been doing it, 14 years?
More than that.
15.
Almost 16.
Wow.
Wow, almost 16 years. So there you go.
It doesn't
you
seem
started it.
possible.
Wow.
You started it.
Yeah,
We have you to blame.
before it became a thing.
Well, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
How about that? Isn't that called visionary?
it is a vision. Yeah, definitely. And now everyone else is just imitation.
Well, let's see. Nicole Clark, you have been selling real estate since 2014. We were not your first choice in offices.
I know.
Yeah, so you made a couple stops. You joined our office in 2022.
Right.
Okay.
And we've never been the same.
And you know what? It's my favorite place to be.
All right. So you were number one in 2025. You had over $6 million in total sales volume. You had 26 closed sites, 20 listings. You are number two in 2024. You are number one in 2023. So you're always one of the top, if not the top.
Yeah.
We thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
You work hard. You really deserve it, and it shows.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You're
I
very
love what I do.
You're very knowledgeable. You're very thorough. You got great follow through. We're glad to have. We're very happy to have you.
Right.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah. So you obviously this is without going into the big, long
Right.
history, like this is something that you're very good at. Not everybody is, right?
Right.
So you have a lot of talent. People, your clients love you, genuinely love you. Although I have to say, since you've come over, there have been some complicated transactions.
Oh, my gosh.
Bumps in the road.
Yeah, like
A lot of things that happen to you really are things
it's very, very wild.
very wild.
Very rare, very wild. Some that have never happened at all. And we have veterans in our office of like 35 to 40 years.
and never
they've
heard-
never heard of it or even seen it. So the good news is most of the time,
You can work through it.
there was only one incident where it was the quiet title, where I couldn't work through that. You know,
Well, that wasn't
nobody
the
could.
real owner.
Like nobody could work through that, so that was an impossible situation for any realtor. So other than that, there's not much that. Some of the things get complicated. They require extensions. They require some different movement, but we get it done.
Jackie, she mentioned the quiet title. Can you tell me?
I'm sorry, that's a deed. I meant to say deed.
No, that's okay. Can you explain?
Okay, and it's very complicated, but I went to sell a property recently, and we were 2 days from a closing, and I received a call from a woman in Texas that told me I'd better not sell the property. And so I do it correctly when I list a property. I look the deed up, and I look through the chain of title and who's owned the property. So when I looked it up, I'm like, this is bizarre because this woman is nowhere anywhere. And the owner, who she was going to a nursing home, they had bought the lot. That's the history on the property. They bought a lot, they built a house. The end. And this woman's nowhere to be found. And she's telling me that she's the daughter-in-law of the owner, and that that's her and it's her husband, I guess, is the son, and that he owns the property. And so, like, the first thought when I called the attorney's office and this was all coming up was, is this like one of those relatives who's upset, a money thing? Because now there's going to be a transaction of the property. And it turns out, no. We talked to an attorney that was representing her, and although it didn't show publicly for anyone to see, everything that this woman stated was absolutely correct. So the deed was finally filed through the Recorder of Deeds office. But up until that point, for 29 years, nobody could see that this person had any sort of ownership to this property.
Oh, my God.
And it was
Didn't
scary.
they do a title search and it didn't come up?
No, it wouldn't come up.
It was never recorded.
It was never recorded. So what's scarier about this is that the person who was power of attorney of the individual was...
And we had all the documents.
Right. We had everything supporting what was going on. And we even took it a step further and we made him have his power of attorney recorded, which we don't have to do. That usually happens at the close. Simultaneously. Because we weren't... It's not
Something
that,
was fishy.
Something was weird.
Yes,
we
from
couldn't
day
put our
one.
finger on it. So anyway, he went and filed that, and so I talked to several attorneys along the way, and they stated that that was a smart move, and then to keep this thing going. But there was something off about him. He was like not in a hurry. Then all of a sudden, 2 days before the closing, he was in a rush. And long story short, is a nursing home employee didn't call the family directly and say, this person trying to sell the house out from under you. She just basically casually said something like, oh, well, when the house is sold on Friday, and it alerted these people in Texas.
Wow.
They look online, there's the house, and this woman called. And
Yeah,
it was
there
wild.
were angels
There definitely was. There was
in
like
our office protecting us and protecting them.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm still my mind is still boggled by the fact, and it scares me that I mean, it's very rare that it would happen, but what I was getting scared of is this 2-week window where we had found out what happened. We canceled the closing, and this person's out on Facebook listing it as a quick close, can close in 7 days. And there was a 2-week gap where nobody can still see this. Mm-hmm. And like, we can't run around and predict where he's going, what he's doing to warn people.
Wow.
So it was and I'm still like, I think it'll
Traumatized.
it'll be corrected, I think, in the next like 6 months. And they said they would come back. The people in Texas were like, we're going to call you.
Oh, wow.
I feel bad for the poor buyer. He really wanted it. But like at that point, there's nothing we could have done.
All right. So Jackie was talking about something before about how you are made for real estate. Are there some people who are not made for real estate?
Yeah, but they can't see it.
Well,
You mean agents? We're
Yes.
talking about agents.
Agents.
People who come in and think real estate is a breeze. It's easy. I'm just going to show them a couple of houses.
we could thank HGTV and those.
Yeah,
type of places
that's
for
what
that.
I
It's
would
like
think.
a glamorous.
That's true.
look.
It's
Right.
a half hour. They go, they get the house, they buy it, they renovate, and they sell
Right.
it all within 30 minutes.
Yeah, that is not the reality
not?
whatsoever. Absolutely not.
Well, if I interview anybody and I say, why do you want to get into real estate? And they say to me, and I'm really not trying to knock anybody,
No.
but if they say to me, well, because I love houses, I think to myself, I don't know if this is going to go places
Right.
because it's so much more than houses.
I love cars, but I'm not going to go sell cars.
Right.
You're not going to be a mechanic or
No,
anything?
no,
Okay.
or a car salesman. No, I'm not going to do it.
No.
Well, I got into it because
Tell me.
Okay, so what happened was I bought a property in Archibald, we sold it, and then I bought a property in Waymart. So, my father owned some multi-units in Scranton, and I kind of always had a thing like about I wanted to be an investor and dip my toes in, and then I watched my father deal with so much stuff as a landlord that I'm like, I think I'm good on that front. So anyway, I went to take the real estate course, and I don't know. I really, really love it. It's not like a job to me.
Well, then if you find something you love, you'll never go work a day in your life.
Right. So,
But what do you love about real estate? Is there any one thing you love?
I love so many things.
Yeah. You make your own hours, right? This is what I hear
Right.
people say. Well, I could work when I want. I can make my own
Not true.
hours.
Not
I
true.
can
No,
make
you're
my
on
own.
other people's
So
schedules.
here's the thing about real estate, and maybe this will be an eye opener for some of you out there, is that it's not about you, it's about everyone else. Your time, like you think you're going to make your own schedule until you find that you're working on everybody else's schedule but your own when they're available, right?
So people were thinking that we were making money hand over fist during the COVID years, especially. And, the news,
Right.
they're the ones to fault because they kept talking about how, and then just all these sales and how many millions and millions and millions and millions. And I think people's perception was, oh my God, I'm going to get my real estate license. I can't
Right.
tell you how many people said, I want to cash in on this. I want to get my real estate license and I want to make all this money.
Well, and you're exactly. And I did it before then. I did it, I think, around a housing crash at some point. And right.
So did I.
That's just my luck, right? I didn't have the COVID years to dive into. But yeah, a lot of people went out and they got a real estate license, and I'm not sure it was for the right reason. And hopefully, naturally, the people that did it for money will fade out.
Because it's not about that.
No.
It takes a lot to be a realtor. Be a good one.
Well, it does. And, I value people and relationships and humanity. And that's like that's why I love real estate. I know it doesn't seem like they go hand in hand, but they do.
Yeah, well, you add a lot of value because you've been doing it since 2014. You have the necessary experience, knowledge. You've seen a few real estate cycles here.
Right. So that's the mentality. So I'm trying to talk to some people in our office that have joined during the COVID
They
craziness.
got spoiled.
They did. They came in at a time where things were just falling on your lap. And ironically and funny enough is that I wasn't busy then, because I had other commitments when COVID showed up that I had to deal with. But these people had a lot fall on their lap, and there wasn't like the hunger, like going out there and trying to get stuff and compete with people. It was just like falling out of the sky, and anyone could have done it, really. Well,
I don't know.
Well, I don't know
about
about that, like skills wise. But what I'm saying is that it was just falling in your lap. And now I have a few agents that I work with that are feeling this now, and it's like, I tried during COVID to say those things, but nobody was listening, because the real estate market is always changing. Always. So when it goes up, it's going to go down. It's just a matter of when.
When.
So here we are, and it's not horrible. I think we're middle, but it did take a fall.
It tapered off. I will give you that.
Right. And there are some agents that are really having a hard time with it. And it's I'm very nice about it, but at the same time, I'm like, welcome to real estate. This is the reality.
This is really
This is the HGTV.
Yeah, but there are some areas and price ranges in homes that are still getting multiple offers.
Yes, and here is the key. The key is if you want to sell high, you price lower. And I can't tell sellers that enough times. And my most successful transactions have been we started 5 to 10 under what it's worth and netted them between 5 and 25 over.
That's right, because you strike when the iron's hot.
Well, and that's the thing. And you have to create, the buzz and all of that. And, I have sellers who want to go $25,000 to $30,000 higher. And it sits and there's frustration.
But we can always come down.
We can always come down.
That's what they say. And we can always come down. Yes, you can. And after 2 weeks, we can revisit this. Well, then when you hit them up on 2 weeks, they say, let's give it another 2 weeks. So they keep kicking the can down. Meanwhile, they're paying all the expenses, the taxes. Now they're getting if something's not sold within 30 days, it's the price.
Well, and it's like old news at 30 days. People, it's like kind of stale. People, the way the market's been, things were flying. And like now people look at yours like, what's wrong with it?
Well, if they have to sell and they're on the market for 2-3 months, but they have to sell whether it's a job relo or it's whatever the situation might be, and they bought another house, so on and so forth, the buyers have more negotiating power at that point.
Yes. Right.
And they wind up taking less than if they started off.
And that's the struggle is that, when I go out and I do a CMA and I present this to people that, I've had a small amount of people listen to me. And what happened was COVID. So, that's what really killed us because people are like, no way, because I saw this one, but it's not the case now. And so now when I try to have this conversation with people, a very small percentage are getting it. But the ones that get it, like I just closed one last week, 5,000 over, and it's like that person listened to me. And they got 5,000 more. So if you don't listen to me, what ends up happening is that you go way too high in price. We are reducing. There's this struggle between us. And then you close for, between 5 to 15 under what I suggested. So
I love it when I do the signs and the sign is facing the wrong way. That's why it's not
I know.
selling.
And that's the thing. Here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about your price. It really, truly is. I have people tell me that I did 4 open houses in 2 weeks for a very grateful client. And they told me that I didn't do enough open houses. I mean, I did 2 I did one on a Saturday and a Sunday twice. First of all, that's unheard of. It has nothing to do with the open house. In fact, we over-opened house.
Well, here's the thing about open houses. So people come through whether they're pre-approved or not.
Right.
It's open.
Well, here's the thing about open houses, and most realtors will disagree with me, but I have sold a lot of properties because of open houses. But again, if your price is way off, actually, I just did one where the price was way off, and I had the buyer too. So I don't know. I have a good relationship with open houses.
All right. Well, they keep doing them.
Yeah.
Not everybody does, but it is a good way to get foot traffic through a property when a seller wants foot traffic, right?
Well, and that's the other thing is my recent sellers were so overpriced that nobody wanted to come. So then when I was doing open houses, then they were like upset with me for doing open houses. It's like if you want people through the door, the only way I can get them here at this point is to invite them. And it eventually worked.
And you sold.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. We're with Nicole Clark, our top producer with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate for 2025. She sold over $6 million total sales volume, 26 closed size, 20 listings. You have perfected your skill because you have been doing this since 2014. And I say that because it is a skill to be a good realtor. It is not something that just happens.
Listen, I just go out there and I'm honest with people and, I'm nice to people. I'm kind of like, you know what I mean? Like I just act like people say to me a lot, you don't act like a realtor, which, and I'm never for sure how to take that because I am a realtor. I love real estate. And, but I think what they mean is like my personality.
You're not stuffy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just
stuffy,
human like everybody else. So I don't know. That's how I do it.
How does someone get in touch with you?
570-881-6443 is my cell phone.
And your website is Nicole Clark, no E,
right?
CLARK, agent.com. Pat?
Yes, we have a 3-bedroom home at 131 Troop Street in Scranton for $185,000. This home is loaded with updates, including new flooring, new plumbing, and it's got a new kitchen. This home is in move-in condition and with 1,300 square feet of living space on a 25 by 140 lot. It's not too big and it's not too small. The taxes are only $1,800 a year. You could probably live here for now what you're paying in rent. That's a 3-bedroom home at 131 Troop Street in Scranton for $185,000, and that's listed by Aaron Pierce of our office.
A special thanks to our sponsor this week, Cadden Brothers Moving and Storage. They have proudly served our community for over 90 years, earning a reputation built on reliability, professionalism, and customer-first service. As they continue to grow, they're excited to offer the same trusted experience through Cadden Brothers Junk Removal, which provides fast, dependable cleanouts, furniture and appliance removal, and full-service hauling. They're locally owned, committed to quality, and always offer free estimates to make the process simple and stress-free for all their customers. Contact Cadden Brothers Moving Storage and or Junk Removal at 570-489-4005 or visit caddenbros, B-R-O-S, moving.com.
I can't say enough good things about those people.
Oh, they're great.
They're wonderful.
They just did some recent shows with us, and they were wonderful.
They are.
Stay with the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. I'm 94.3. The Talker will be right back. When considering to sell or buy a home, why choose Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate? Let me tell you why. 70% of home buyers settle for the first agent they meet, and many regret it. 90% of home sellers hire an agent, but was it the right choice? Don't have agent remorse. I'm Jackie Ruddy, and I've been in and around the real estate business for most of my life. And at Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, we've been selling real estate for half a century. But we do not do it halfway. You deserve better than average. Average doesn't help you. We know it's all about you and what you need. Century 21 is the #1 in brand awareness, is the most recognized name in real estate, and is the most respected in the industry. In this market, if you dream big, you need to move fast. So it makes perfect sense to contact Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate, 570-344-6724, and visit jready.com. That's JRUDDY.com. Thanks for joining the Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate on 94.3 The Talker. I am Jackie Ruddy, broker, in with Pat Devaney, my husband, fellow realtor.
And we're back.
We are back with Nicole Clark, our top performer in 2025 at Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate. That was no easy feat because the first couple quarters last year were not too kind to you, but you brought it all in.
It's how you finish.
Yeah. How you finish. You had some struggles. We talked a little bit about that in the first half of the show. Let's talk about buyers.
Let's talk about them.
What are today's buyers' expectations of condition, location, and amenities?
Well, today's buyers, I feel for today's buyers. I do, because of the prices, inventory, interest rates, and now there's some additional, depending on scenarios, fees involved for a buyer. So, it's hard for a buyer right now because even like a fixer-upper, it depends on where it is, but you're talking at least $150,000.
It's the truth.
It is. Like, you used to buy a fixer-upper 10 years ago for $50,000.
Yep.
Now we're over 100. So it's a tough it's tough for a buyer. It really, truly is. And inventory-wise, I would say this is the best time for a buyer to get something. Because then once spring hits, it becomes competitive again. And then, depending on the situation, some people have a really hard time.
Yeah, interest rates, they've come down, right? So
a little bit.
What's the difference?
1% difference in,
Yeah,
in mortgage
1%.
rent?
I'd say, about 1%.
Okay.
What
Hopefully
did I
next
say?
year it'll be down again.
I hope so. And, and here's the thing, over the years, before COVID, rentals were the second you could rent. Now rentals are through the roof,
Yes.
the price of renting. So it's
Right.
people are in a really hard position because it's not, the rent that they want now is just as much as owning a home.
Well, you look at the price of water. How much is the water bill every month?
The water is...
Don't get me started. My electricity's through the roof.
Electricity, water, taxes went up a little bit. Taxes are probably the least
Insurance costs are going.
Insurance costs
yep.
are going up, right?
Yeah, that's the thing. Like it's a tough time to be a buyer.
Well, and I think sometimes buyers forget about property insurance, homeowners insurance.
Yeah.
And when they're, making their budget to buy a house, they're looking at, the mortgage payment, the principal, the interest. They're looking at the taxes, but sometimes they're forgetting about that homeowner's insurance.
How about PMI?
And PMI.
Yep.
I mean, you add PMI, you add more of the insurance, the taxes. I mean, it's like, but depending on the situation, between $400 to $800 more usually.
Okay, what's PMI?
Private mortgage insurance.
What is that? So
That's the insurance that private mortgage insurance is a one-time, it's recurring in the payment, in the mortgage payment. But the PMI is for people that are putting less than 20% down. Usually,
Right.
There are some other things out there that they can, but
right, if you're putting just the 10% down, you're going to get PMI.
you're going.
Well, yeah, you
Okay.
will until you're 20% equity.
Right.
So yeah, and it's not like cheap.
No.
No, on top of your monthly mortgage, it adds.
Couple it's usually like
And the
between
FHA
150
mortgages,
to $300 a month. Like,
and the FHA mortgages, it doesn't go away anymore, right?
No, they
you
used
have to
to be.
refinance.
and that's the thing.
Right.
A lot of people have learned that. They're like, oh, I'll refinance and get rid of PMI. No, you won't.
yeah.
Right. My husband, we have a VA loan, so we didn't have to do any of that. But
Oh, that's good.
No PMI.
no.
0% down.
Yes.
Yeah. Unless you want to do it differently, but that is the perk of the VA.
Right.
And the USDA loans too.
Yeah. USDA is an option.
What features attract buyers more than others? Let's talk about what they're looking for.
Garages.
That's you. Right. That's you. So I noticed the younger generation, they just want things to be like updated. And it's interesting because I love like hardwood floors.
So do I.
I really do. I could take like some of the younger kids out to a house with hardwood floors, and they're just like, yeah. And then you'll take them to one with the gray vinyl plank, and they like are in love. So, like it's different,
Everybody's different.
Well, what do they
That's
think
what
of
makes
the
the world go.
hardwood floors? Their grandmother's house? Is that what they're thinking? Like it's older?
They're just kind of like not even fazed by it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm in there like, oh my gosh, look at these. What's that oak? Like, like I get really into it. And they're just like, whatever, And they don't like paneling, that's for sure.
Oh, nobody likes paneling.
Nobody really likes it. But again, like.
They like white, minimalist, clean.
Yeah. They like that kind of stuff. So it is interesting because like.
But everything's done. They
Yeah.
need turnkey.
Turnkey. That's it. But again, the price of everything's so high. I can see what their mentality, but like they're going to go in there and they're going to put vinyl plank over wood floors. Some of these kids, and it's a sin.
It is.
It is.
But what kind of floor plan do they like? What kind of houses would you say the typical buyer that you've been working with? And every buyer is different,
Right.
so we can't put them in one box.
Open floor plans are good. People seem to like that. They like things on the first floor versus the second.
What kind of house? What kind of structure? 2-story, ranch,
ranches.
bi-level,
People
split
like ranches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Mm-hmm. I think that I would agree with that.
Yeah.
And then number 2 would be second story. Ranches. I mean, bi-levels and split levels, they've
Right.
been getting a bad rap these days.
Yeah, I would say you're right.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Nicole. Nicole
welcome.
Clark, how does someone get in touch with you?
My cell phone is 570-881-6443.
Remember, Nicole was our top producer in 2025, number 1 in the office, sold over $6 million of real estate. She's been practicing real estate since May of 2014. Thank you, Nicole.
Thank you, Jackie.
Pat?
Yes, we have a turnkey established restaurant, bar, and catering business for sale at 411 Chestnut Street in Dunmore for $850,000. Everything is included, the bar equipment, the kitchen equipment, furnishings, and the valuable liquor license. This is in the heart of Dunmore with a large bar with an 18-keg tap system, a large parking lot, a spacious second-floor apartment for additional income, and an adjoining 80 by 114 lot that's included in the sale. This is a great opportunity to purchase a successful established bar restaurant. That's a turnkey restaurant at 411 Chestnut Street in Dunmore with the liquor license for $850,000, and that's listed by Aaron Pierce of our office.
Remember to join us next Saturday at 11 a.m., Sunday at 11:30 a.m. for more Real Estate Roundtable with Century 21 Jack Ready Real Estate and 94.3 The Talker. Have a great week.